Every Washington apple you eat has been carefully grown to be crisp, juicy, and flavorful, no matter the time of year. While growing, harvesting, processing, and distributing to markets, quality is checked every step of the way to make sure each Washington apple is consistently the world's best. With an abundance of clean mountain water, unique microclimates, widespread valleys, and long growing seasons, Washington apple growing regions are second to none around the world.
We know that nothing works in our soils or with our trees without having good water. The amount of water and the quality of our water is so good here in Washington State that we believe that's one of the reasons that our fruit tastes so good.
We got everything you need, plenty of sunlight and access to water, good open ground.
There are 1,360 apple growers in Washington who work year-round to make our apples great. They prune trees in the winter, carefully tend to blossoms in the spring, thin out small fruit in the summer, handpick apples during harvest, and then start all over again.
One thing that stands apart with being an orchardist is that it's not an annual crop. You are always thinking about next year and the year after that.
In late summer and fall, apples are thoroughly checked against high Washington State standards to determine if they're ready for harvest. Apples are tested for their color, sugars, starch, pressure, and storage capabilities.
So we'll do usually 10 to 20 apples in a block to determine maturity. And after years of data collection and research, we know how firm an apple we want to put into a long-term CA storage.
We are looking for fruit maturity, and that is looking at where the sugars are, where the color is, how firm.
We implement rigorous food safety standards that ensure that we're doing the best to begin this piece of fruit on its journey to the consumer in the safest fashion we can. And then we can put it in a box and put it in a truck and send it to our customers with a complete faith that we've sent them a high quality, world-class piece of fruit that is food safe.
Every year, around 10 to 12 billion apples are hand-picked during harvest. The apples are collected into large bins, which are quickly brought to a nearby packing house. At the packing house, the apples are thoroughly washed, then sorted for color, size, and quality. The highest quality selections are then prepared for transport to a market. Apples must be prepared for this journey and stored to keep fresh. For storage more than a short period of time, apples are placed in controlled atmosphere rooms to maintain their crispness and flavor. In a controlled atmosphere storage facility, the removal of oxygen and carbon dioxide slows the natural ripening process and allows us to supply fresh apples to customers year-round. Without this technology, apples would continue to ripen after harvest, decreasing their shelf life. With a controlled atmosphere, when the apples are taken out later for packing and shipping, they taste as if they were just picked.
We can store fruit for the better part of a year and still deliver with great quality.
We store apples until the first part to middle of the summer, and the condition is amazing.
After storage, apples are carefully packaged by hand into cartons, ready for grocery stores, fruit markets, and restaurants around the world. Local markets may stock as many as 9 varieties grown in Washington State.
If they eat a Washington apple, they're going to come back next week for another Washington apple because it's going to be a good experience, and that's what we want. We want a good eating experience.